What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Josh Helm here, Texas Best Construction. It's an exciting day because we're breaking ground on another rapid frame post frame system that we're building on a shell only project. It's going to show you some more sizable spans that we're doing, not only for living space but also shop space. It's an all wood frame construction, similar to what you guys saw us do on the wood house project that we did for Stacey Lynn. This is a Stacey Lynn Design. Overall, I've got about 3,500 square foot of living, 1,800 square foot of detached shop. We've got about 1,500 square foot of porch space. We're using the zip system to encapsulate the whole build, giving us an airtight product. One of the key advantages that we have with this system. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get it going. Okay, well, you guys saw us build this before. If you followed our wood house series, you might remember how we have panelized construction. This is one of the key advantages to building this type of a post frame project. So as you can see, I have this whole stack here of roof panels. So once we have all our trusses sitting into place, we will literally slide these up. This puts me at immediate 2-foot girt spacing so that we can now add the zip system. It also gives us an extreme amount of versatility. Let's show you some of the parallel core trusses that we're using on the center spaces. So oftentimes when you guys see us build hybrid steel frames, you will see us have a lot of our I-beams already pre-stacked up. Well, imagine this is being like our I-beams. We will lift these up into place, making room for our purlins. Well, these are our parallel core truss. It's giving us the pitch underneath, allowing us to have that steel vaulted space up above. And even at the lowest point, I believe it's going to be around 12 foot. So we're going to have a pretty high ceiling going all the way across the main frame of the home. This is the parallel core trusses. These are actually being used on our living side for the main entryway. This is the trusses that we're using over the shop area. So we got two different shapes here because we got two different ceilings. You can see I have a passageway if I needed to run air ducts, all these kind of things through that. I'll show you a couple other things as we're laying this Barndominium out. Primarily, I want to show you a couple of the simple principles that we have here. We have a 3-ply column that this is made from, treated like 2x6s that are put together. These are done at the manufacturer, and you can see we've got our permacolumn brackets that we're using here. This is the engineered pre-panelized wall truss system that's being used on the outer portion of this build. And the plans show us we're going to put these posts, then we're going to put these sections up over top of these posts. So we come in here first, attach all of the posts, and then of course bracket those in, and then we're able to take our wall panels and start attaching those on the outside. What this gives us is 2x6 frameable area here. Because I have these columns, because we're going to build a 2x6 studded frame wall on the inside of this. This gives me a nailable surface to the outside for my zip system, because now I have this on a attachable surface, and then up top have that attachable surface as well. Okay guys, this is one side that is mostly already done. We have our monoslope trusses that go up here, and you can kind of see how these are going to sit. Before we have our lower walls framed in, we have a 2x12 header that goes across the top. That's how the trusses sit on each side. But you can see more of our wall frame here. And I want to show you, because they're about to lift one up in space. But we got two trusses going up. We got a parallel core truss going up in the center. And then over here, you can see these monoslope trusses are a lot smaller. So they can pretty much lift these up by hand and hoist them up onto one side. But we got like 3 more, and we're going to be done with this portion of the roof. And we've still got a 10-foot ceiling here on this side. So that's one of the advantages here on this particular setup. Overall, this is a monitor style build, like our Barry Barndominium that you guys saw us build. So we got wings on each side. as well as our high vault in the center. We will have some open truss space that we'll be able to run up and over. Let's watch them lift up one of these trusses into place. This is our parallel core truss. We're using a 40-foot SkyTrack. This is the same type of equipment we would use if we were using steel frame. Goes up there pretty high. I don't know how much you can see. These guys are lifting this one up into place. Once you get all your walls pretty much set in place on the outside shell, it allows you to be able to set your trusses, and that's what's happening right now. Really, everything starts to take shape, and we're able to really generate a real-life view of the render of this home. So progress is moving forward here on this project. This is in Blum, Texas. Interested to know what you guys think about the rapid frame system. We like it. We like having the versatility in our toolbox. It gives us an ability, like I said, on different designs to be able to do different things. I will be going through this. We'll be showing you guys some of the layout as well. This is a shell only, keep that in mind. So we're not going to be turnkeying this project, but it is going to be something to behold when it's all said and done. So you'll have the whole picture of how the outer shell is going to look, and all the interior walls will be framed. This is probably the only framing style that we could do that wouldn't include interior framing because of the panelized walls that we're using. It would enable us to not have to go an extra step with interior framing. So that's something to keep in mind if somebody wanted to adjust the scope of work a little bit and leave some of that extra off. Another great advantage to this type of framing system. Okay, well, as you can see, we are making quite a bit of progress here. Let's just talk about what some of the advantages are with this type of structure in general, because I know what you're thinking. Why would you want to do this as opposed to doing the steel frame? Well, let's just talk about some of the differences. Everybody always assumes it has to do with cost. It's not necessarily the only reason why somebody might consider doing wood versus steel. Because I have the wall panels that are pre-done as well as the roof panels that go on, this gives me an immediate nailable surface for my zip system, allowing me the potential to have a complete air barrier without having to do additional framing. Not only am I achieving having a nailable surface for a roof deck, but I'm also accomplishing having the ceiling that goes below. In this particular design especially, I've got a parallel core truss, and then I have these mono pitch trusses that we have over here. Now you'll notice this is already giving me a ceiling joist as well as a roof joist on the top, and I'm getting some interstitial attic space in between there. So it gives you plenty of spacing for air conditioning, all these types of things that you might need to do, which my steel frame doesn't always give me. So those are just a couple of the key advantages to go into a system like this. So in the time frame that I could stand up maybe my steel and have my roof spans and all that stuff done, I don't have my walls framed yet. But here, because I can just screw on the wall panels, my walls are all framed at the same time that my roof is being framed. There's some framing advantages that I'm accomplishing with the wood truss and what we're doing here in this particular occasion. One other thing that I wanted to point out to you guys is you can see this is kind of how some of the initial framing is also set up. So I can have my trusses designed with these tails on them, the rafter tails, that gives me already a frame out for my overhangs. So having overhangs is a big advantage because I'm trying to do an airtight structure here. What we will end up doing is we'll run our zip up the sides, and then we'll end up boxing this in and enclosing the whole soffit as well with the zip system. So that's how we'll deal with that. A lot of our insulation barrier will kind of go into some of that space. The other advantage I would say to this system is if I was just building a barn here, I'm ready to go. So I could literally run metal panels over top of this structure. Once we get the roof panels on, which you don't see those on there yet, we could run our sheets and we could have this be a finished product. But because this is going to be a living quarters, we're going to wrap it all in zip. In fact, we're going to end up wrapping the shop in zip too, just for that extra air tightness. This is something that our client was mindful of, achieving that air barrier, and after seeing some of the results that we were able to achieve having a complete air barrier, like at our black gold Barndominium. If you guys haven't seen that video, we did a full blower door test where we kind of went around and we were able to detect and to find air leakage through the home. One of the key factors on that build was the zip system. We're doing the same thing here, and we'll be able to accomplish that with the rapid frame. So that's a key advantage for us. You guys know how important that is in designing our homes. This is our completed roof truss installation for the parallel chord trusses, all in this big open space. We got kitchen, living, all that stuff right here. And you can see the amount of space that we're still able to accomplish even with the wood structures. Additionally, we still got all this interstitial space that's above where our ceiling's gonna go on the inside of this living room. We still got our panelized roof structure to put on top of these trusses, and they're about to start running the mono pitch trusses here on this other wing of the house. So a lot more progress to come. If you guys are interested in knowing more about this build, I suggest you subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be showing you more progress as we move forward on doing this rapid post frame construction here. Texas Best Construction getting it done here in Texas. So we got wood frame Barndominiums, hybrid steel frame Barndominiums, all that kind of content coming on the channel. So appreciate you guys following along. If you haven't subscribed, please do that now. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. I'm Josh Helm, wishing you all the best. Thanks for watching Texas Best.